90. It's 9:11 in the morning, 74 degrees here in Danville. So glad to have you on the show on this Thursday morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in, 238-9447. I believe that we have the computer working now. Just took a little refresh. A little restart, got things churning again. So we left off on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history after the birthday of Mavis Staples, where the computer decided it was just going to crash and burn. But we are so back, and it was on this date, on this date, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1961, where this artist started a 7-week run at number one on this date, 1961.
I couldn't sleep at all last night. Just thinking of you. Maybe things weren't right.
This is Bobby Lewis starting a 7-week run at number one on the U.S. charts with this song, Tossin' and Turnin'. On this day, 1961, the longest running number one single of the year, 1961. It's been 7 weeks at number one.
Went to the kitchen for a bite.
It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1965, where this group started a 4-week run at number one in the U.S. charts. Yeah, the Rolling Stones went number one on this date, 65, with I Can't Get No Satisfaction, their first U.S. chart topper. In the UK, the song was initially played only on pirate radio stations because its lyrics considered too sexually suggestive. On this date, 1965, we didn't care in the U.S. We just went for it. Let's just play the song. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. On this date, 65, 60 years ago, this song went number one. On this date, 25 years ago, I cannot believe a quarter century ago, this group released their debut album, an album called Parachutes.
Oh no, I see a spider web is tangled up with me.
This is Coldplay, 4 singles released from that album: Shiver, Yellow, Don't Panic, and this song, Trouble. The album won the Grammy Award for Best Alt Music Album in 2002, the British Album of the Year at the 2001 Brit Awards, and many other accolades. The 22nd best-selling album of the 21st century in the UK. As of 5 years ago, it had sold over 13 million copies worldwide. Coldplay released their debut album, Parachutes, on this date 25 years ago.
Oh no, what's this? Spider web and I'm caught in the middle. So I turned it around and thought of all the stupid things I'd done.
It's 9:14 in the morning, 238-WHIR. Phone number to call in, 238-9447, as we see what's breaking and trending, waking you up with some news headlines. Here at 9 o'clock in the morning on The Joe Show. Starting off here, city workers in Philadelphia are back at work today after a deal was reached between the city and the AFSCME District Council 33. Thousands of employees went on strike more than a week ago. It had a major impact on 911 dispatch, water services, and trash removal. Workers mostly remained off the job yesterday, even after news broke about the deal, which includes 3% pay raises each year. For 3 years, trash collection will begin back on Monday. Yesterday, the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences revealed the first of its nominees for the 52nd Annual Daytime Emmys. Only 3 daytime dramas earned nominations this year. ABC's General Hospital, Peacock's Days of Our Lives, and CBS's The Young and Restless. The Daytime Talk Series category has stiff competition. The Kelly Clarkson Show, The Drew Barrymore Show, The Jennifer Hudson Show, Live with Mark and Kelly, and The View. Other categories that announced nominees are Outstanding Lead Actor and Lead Actress in a Daytime Drama Series, Outstanding Lifestyle Program, and many more. The full nominations are this morning at noon. There is a literal traffic jam in British Columbia thanks to a truck spilling its load of fresh blueberries. A white pickup truck stopped at an intersection when the driver accelerated. A few crates of the blueberries fell onto the road. A RCMP post shared thousands of blueberries spilled onto the low-heat highway, creating a sticky mess for vehicles that drove over the fruit. The police added at the end of the humorous post, perhaps Mission RCMP could team up with Mission Farmers Market in the future to feature some new offerings like jackknife jelly, pothole preserves, and the ever-popular traffic jam. Hey, Cheez-It has heard their fans and are finally dropping a gluten-free version. The company spilled the tea yesterday that the gluten-free crackers will hit store shelves next year. They told Good Morning America, "We've been hard at work to make sure we have the best recipe and process to make the same iconic, cheesy, crunchy, salty, delicious flavored Cheez-Its fans crave for those who have missed us." More details will come closer to the launch. Hey, now that it's summer, it's time to soak up the sun and produce that vitamin D. Nearly half of Americans are deficient in the crucial vitamin that helps support the immune system and so much more. Getting outside, one way to build up your vitamin D, but there are other ways too, like supplements and foods that contain vitamin D. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel contain the most vitamin D3. White egg yolks, liver, and red meat contain smaller amounts. 6 U.S. Secret Service agents have been suspended without pay for 10 to 42 days after an internal review found serious failures during the July 13, 2024 rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The suspensions, confirmed just days before the attack's first anniversary, include supervisors and line agents assigned to counter-sniper and site-active roles. An independent Homeland Security report last fall said agents spotted the shooter 20 minutes before shots were fired, yet never flagged local police or evacuated the stage, calling the agency bureaucratic, complacent, and static. Matt Quinn, the deputy director of the Secret Service, told CBS News that the Secret Service was accountable for failures in that Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
Secret Service is totally accountable for Butler. Butler was an operational failure, and we are focused today on ensuring that it never happens again and executing our strategic plan to increase technology, to improve communications, to make sure our personnel are well-trained, equipped, and deployed.
Families of the Butler victims welcome the suspensions but urge bigger cultural changes inside the service. The Secret Service has not released the agents' names, citing security rules, but pledged to brief Congress on lessons that they learned from that. That's what's breaking and trending this morning here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Gary Fogle has Kentucky sports memories coming your way next, and we'll also see what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember right after this.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And what could have been one of the greatest moments in thoroughbred racing history turned out to be one of the low points.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
In 1973, Thoroughbred Secretariat won racing's Triple Crown, but by 1975 he had retired and the sport was looking for a new star. And it looked like it might be Ruffian, a filly, a 3-year-old filly. She had won the Kentucky Oaks and had won the Filly Triple Crown. She was undefeated in 10 races, had never trailed in a race. And in July of 1975, this past Sunday is the 50-year anniversary of when she ran in a match race against Foolish Pleasure, that year's Kentucky Derby winner. But in that race, Ruffian broke down on the backstretch, snapped 2 bones in her right front leg. So tragedy instead of euphoria for such a big event. Diane Crump remembers it. Diane Crump is the first female jockey to ever ride a pari-mutuel race here in this country. 1969 she did that. In 1970, the first female jockey to ever ride in the Kentucky Derby. And she talked about what could have been between Ruffian and Foolish Pleasure.
It's terrible because you hate for that kind of thing to be in the public's eye right there. I mean, when it's such a great sport and two wonderful horses, you just hate something like that to happen. But, in my mind, I thought just with the speed that she had that she would win it. But obviously we'll never know.
Do you think it would have been better for the sport if, obviously, she had completed the race, and if she had won the race, it would have been a better shot in the arm for thoroughbred racing?
I think so, definitely. Because Ruffian, coming up like that, she already had so much public interest. She was like something that the fans could get a hold of, something that, you know what I mean? Like Seabiscuit back in the day, that people could get excited about. That she was that kind of a horse, that's special.
Tomorrow we'll talk about the lengths the veterinarians went to try to save her and possibly why it didn't work. We'll wrap things up on Ruffian tomorrow. I'm Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
All right, Gary Fogle, KSM, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time at 9:21 in the morning. We're back after this. Here on WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports. This Date in History is coming your way next. Big Daddy, take it away.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In baseball, Cincinnati's newest representative to the All-Star game proved himself again last night. Left-hander Andrew Abbott threw 7 shutout innings as the Reds ended their 4-game losing streak with a 7-2 win over Miami. It also ended the Marlins' 11-game road winning streak. Abbott improved to 8-1 as he pitched into the 8th. Elsewhere, Cleveland pulled out the broom and swept a 3-game series with the Astros in Houston 4-2. The White Sox ended the Blue Jays' 10-game winning streak 2-1. The Braves topped the Athletics 9-2 to end their 5-game losing streak, while the Dodgers and Pirates extended their losing streaks to 6. L.A. lost at the Brewers 3-2 in 10 innings, while Pittsburgh fell to the Royals on the road 4-3. It was the Twins 4, Cubs 2, Yankees 9, Mariners 6, and the Nationals 8, Cardinals 2. Also winning yesterday were the Angels, Diamondbacks, Phillies, Rays, and Red Sox. The Orioles and Mets were rained out. The ISCO Championship begins today in Louisville at the Hurstbourne Country Club Championship course. Among Kentucky golfers teeing off will be J.B. Holmes, Josh Teeter, and Cooper Musselman. Most of the big PGA names are playing across the Atlantic Ocean in the Genesis Scottish Open. The NASCAR Cup playoffs begin August 31st with the Southern 500 in Darlington. They'll be running this weekend at the Sonoma Road Course in California. Hear all the exciting NASCAR Cup and Xfinity action on WHIR. In pro basketball news, former Kentucky player Devin Booker signed an extension with the Phoenix Suns yesterday, making him the highest-paid player in the NBA. Booker's new deal surpasses the one just signed by another former Wildcat, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the league MVP with Oklahoma City. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
And now, here's a message from Morrison Bottom at Gethsemane Baptist Church in Danville.
Lord, you are so wonderful and you provide so much. We ask for blessings upon those that seek to preach your word. Those that hear, Father, we know just going to church doesn't save us, but it sure does help lives when we worship you together. All glory belongs to the Father. Amen.
A message from Gethsemane Baptist Church in Danville, across from Berkman Mill.
Fraud is on the rise and scam artists use fear in their favor. Hi, I'm Adam Hopkins, security officer at Farmers National Bank. Messages saying you urgently need to do something, like share your private information, is a sign that it's a scam. Stay alert and be secure.
Time out for sports this weekend with VSiN Sports Shows on WHIR AM 1230.
Hey, 9:26 in the morning. 859-238-WHIR is your number to call in. Let's give a shout out to Mr. Packett listening to us this morning. He is a daily listener online, either on YouTube or Facebook. He watches the live streams every morning. So a shout out to our good buddy, Mr. Packett, there in Lexington. Hey, let's see what's gone on this day, July 10th, in history that's made this day a date to remember. And I was looking at this. It happened in 1993. I guess we can actually go back to 1913. It was on this date, 1913, the highest temperature ever recorded in the U.S. was recorded. What do you think that is? What do you think the highest temperature ever recorded in U.S. history was? Death Valley, California. Where was it recorded? Death Valley, California. Let you think about it for a second. We'll come back to it. It was on this date, 1993. Kenyan runner Yobes Ondiki became the first man to run 10,000 meters in less than 27 minutes. I want you to wrap your head around this. 10,000 meters it's a 10K. 6.2 miles. He ran that in 27 minutes. That's unbelievable. Here's a clip of Ndiki's final seconds of the race being called. He broke the 10,000 meter record in less than 27 minutes.
The clock ticks on. Will he make it under 27? He's going to be so close. He has 26 minutes and 58 seconds.
I couldn't even sprint that fast for like 40 yards, and he did it for 6.2 miles straight. It was on this date, 1999. The U.S. women's soccer team won the World Cup. They beat China 5-4 on penalty kicks after 120 minutes of scoreless play at the Rose Bowl in California. And that was when, what was the girl's name? The ladies, she took her jersey off. She was wearing a sports bra, obviously, but she took her jersey off. That iconic moment where the U.S. women's soccer team won the World Cup.
She missed a penalty kick against China in the Algarve Cup, and they lost that game.
It was on this day, 2018. The Final Four, boys and their coach, were rescued from Tham Luang Nang Nan Cave in Thailand after being trapped there for 18 days by monsoon flooding. Here's a clip from a reporter talking about that rescue.
An international rescue operation decided to pump out as much water as possible before divers in a high-risk mission would help lead the group through a dark and flooded passageway. After teaching the boys basic diving skills, a particular challenge for some who didn't even know how to swim.
Well, they had to teach them diving skills to be able to escape unharmed. And that's what's gone on this date in history that's made this day a date to remember. Going back to 1913, the hottest temperature ever recorded in the U.S. happened on this day, July 10th, 1913, Death Valley, California. I gave you a chance to think about it. 134 degrees was recorded on this date in 1913, the hottest temperature ever recorded in U.S. history. And that officially is what's gone on this date in history that's made this day a date to remember. It's 9:30 in the morning, and KNN News is coming your way next. It is also a Morning Point Thursday. We'll talk with Vicky, who comes on here on the show right after this.
This is Kentucky News Network.
A Lexington apartment complex condemned following a fatal gas leak. It was reported around 4 o'clock Monday morning at Oxford Circle Apartments, which killed 62-year-old Samuel Gross and left nearly a dozen others injured. On Tuesday, Lexington's Division of Code Enforcement condemned all 32 units in the building. Residents will not be allowed to move back in until both the state plumbing inspector and the city's code enforcement inspect and improve all the repairs. The exact cause of the gas leak has yet to be determined. The Hopkins County Health Department investigating an outbreak of Giardia. It's a parasite typically transmitted through unwashed hands or contaminated water sources. Officials have confirmed 23 cases of Giardia in the past month, but have yet to identify a common source linking the sick individuals. Kentuckians are urged to wash their hands regularly and avoid untreated bodies of water. Boiling water before consumption and thoroughly washing fruits and vegetables can also help lower the chance of contracting the parasite. Meantime, a nationally known school choice advocate winning a lawsuit against the Pulaski County Board of Education. Here's John Shannon.
The lawsuit filed by Corey DeAngelis and the Liberty Justice Center alleged that the Pulaski County Board of Education violated his free speech rights when the district froze comments on its posts and temporarily blocked him from its social media pages last year prior to the vote on school choice. DeAngelis accused the district of using its official social media pages to lobby against the ballot measure, a violation of Kentucky state law. On Tuesday, the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Kentucky sided with DeAngelis and ruled that Pulaski County schools violated his free speech rights. The district has agreed to a consent decree and has also been ordered to pay $30,000 in attorney's fees and must train their staff on First Amendment principles. The Pulaski County Board of Education has not issued a response to the court's decision. I'm John Shannon.
And I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really worked so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Serving Boyle County seniors.
At A Gathering Place, we promote independence for senior citizens and adults with special needs through social, recreational, nutritional, and wellness programs that enhance quality of life. The activities that we offer are designed to keep seniors active and involved, offer socialization, promote friendship, encourage mental fitness, and positively impact overall health and wellness. To find out more, visit us at agatheringplace.org or follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Discover the power of radio. If you're a business owner, did you know that radio advertising pays off over a long period of time? The advertising you do today is selling customers who may make their buying decisions weeks or even months from now. By consistently advertising, you get a long-term advantage over your competitors. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same-as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More. Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smokin' Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smokin' Bourbon, where you can smoke, sip, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right there, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Hey, you need a sign, a banner, or decal fast? Of course you do. The new owners and operators of Little Sign Shop have got you covered. They do full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. 859-238-7391. All right, you get sunshine. High today, 87. Low tonight, 68. Sunshine tomorrow. Sunshine Saturday. Low 90s as the high. On Sunday, mostly sunny. And 90 is a high. Right now, it's 9:35 in the morning, and we are looking at 75 degrees on this Thursday, the 10th day of July. And to make this segment official with Morning Point, here's Jim Barman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. And we welcome onto the show, we've got Vicki with Morning Point. Good morning, Vicki. How are you? Doing all right?
I am doing good.
Good, good. Vicki, you probably didn't know this. I talked to you all last Thursday.
Yes.
Well, you knew that part. Actually,
I did know that part.
If you put the headset on, Vicki, I've just got here. I'll let you put the headset on. This is now we're going off the rails here.
Off the rails.
I don't know if you can hear it now. I could hear like the crickets in the background. Can you hear it faintly? I can hear the crickets when I have your mic on because you got the window open. We got the window open back behind you. So okay. Anyway, last Thursday,
Sorry,
Vicki.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, I interviewed you last Thursday, and then right after the show was over, I left. I took my talents and left. I said, I'm done.
Oh, my.
And I quit.
Where'd you go?
I quit for a week. I went on vacation.
You're so silly.
And then I came
You didn't
back.
Quit.
And today's my first day back, Vicki. So for you, it was like you have no idea because we're just the same segment. Thursday we talked.
That's right.
I quit for a week. I came
You did
back.
not quit for a week. Your wife would not let you quit. I'm sorry.
And then now I'm back.
You're back.
And you're here, and so it's no. But I just got back yesterday.
Where'd you go?
We went to Atlanta first.
Ooh.
So when I left here last Thursday, we left about an hour after that, 11 o'clock in the morning, went to Truist Park, home of the Atlanta Braves, watched the Braves and Angels that Thursday night. So 12 hours after I was talking to you, Vicki, I was sitting in Truist Park watching the
Cold
Braves
beer?
and Angels. No.
Oh.
No beer. But it was fun. And then we went to Peachtree City.
Ooh.
And I stayed with family in Peachtree City for a couple of days. My aunt lives in Peachtree City. We went to a 4th of July parade.
Nice.
Peachtree City is like the golf cart capital of the world. Everybody drives golf carts everywhere. There's thousands of miles of golf cart trails. People, like kids driving to school. There's golf cart parking. And so just
That's really neat.
miles and miles of golf carts parked down this road, this parade. And then we went to Hilton Head after that.
I like Hilton Head.
I don't know how I feel about Hilton Head. To me, this is going to be a controversial take. But to me, all beaches are the same.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, look, I get the different types of sand. I'm not there for the sand. That doesn't bother me. Okay, some's got brown, some's got white. I don't care. It's water that comes in and goes out, and comes in and goes out. Now, I'm not saying that to be anti-beach. I like the beach.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a beach stand out to me is not the white sand. It's not the seashells. It's how many people are there.
Oh, that's true.
I don't want a crowded beach.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a beach where everybody else goes to the beach. I want to go to the beach where I've got the beach to myself. Because I'm not going to talk to people. I've got my family to talk to. I don't want to talk to Susie from Nebraska. Why Susie from Nebraska here? I want to go to a beach where it's just me and family. Hard to keep up with the kids.
That is hard.
Now, Hilton Head wasn't as packed this year as it was when we went last year. But I don't know how I feel about Hilton Head's a popular vacation spot. There's lots of people there. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah. We used to take the kids to Surfside or Garden City.
Okay.
And
is that packed?
No. It wasn't.
See, that's what I
and
like.
it was much easier. I had 4 kids, and my best friends, they have 8. So there was a lot of kids. A lot of kids to keep track of.
Well, I've had multiple people say, how was your vacation? And my answer is kind of a standard answer. Okay. And why I say that is we have 3 kids. Now, one of them is a 7-month-old, so he doesn't cause much trouble. But we got a 7 and a 5-year-old. So when you go on vacation with kids, people with kids know this, you're just taking your family and the same things they do, and you're just moving it to another place. So it's not like suddenly the kids aren't going to fight.
Right.
And aren't going to yell and scream and stomp and be loud and get, they're going to do that. It's just on a vacation.
Right. It's more a trip.
Yeah.
When you have kids, it's not a vacation.
Yeah, that's a good point. We went on a trip.
We went on a trip.
So, but it was good. And I'm glad to be back.
Every day is a vacation at Morning Point.
You all got a lot of stuff cooking.
We do.
Including Seniors Got Talent.
Oh,
now,
it is a big event.
Your sidekick is, you all are handling the media today.
Yes.
Your sidekick's doing a TV interview.
Yes, she is.
Kristen is, you've got the radio side of things. So tell Seniors Got Talent what's going on with that, because the time is coming soon. It's ticking down.
Right. So local auditions are this Monday, the 14th, at the assisted living building, Morning Point's assisted living building here in Danville, and it is for seniors 60 and older with any type of talent. You could be a comedian, you could be a one-man band, you could be in a band of 6 or less, you could be a tap dancer, a juggler, any type of talent, and we just need you to come in, and the audition is 3 minutes. It's not you don't have to fill up a whole hour with a comedic act.
Okay.
So 3 minutes, and then the people that move on from that will be invited to the Big Show, which is September 9th at the Opry House in Lexington.
6th year in a row the Opera House is going to host.
And every year this thing sells out. It's huge.
Now, do the acts, like if you make it to the Lexington Opera House, is it longer than 3 minutes there, or is it still kind of standard 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's still kind of a standard.
So if you're doing a stand-up comedy routine, give us your best 3 minutes of jokes.
Oh, good one.
Bang,
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 bang. That's right. And we have launched some big careers from our Seniors Got Talent. The national TV show America's Got Talent has scouted 3 of our former runner-ups over the past years, and they have appeared on America's Got Talent.
Nice.
This year, they had the belly dancer.
We were watching America's Got Talent in Asheville, North Carolina 2 nights ago. Me and Jack were. It was in a hotel, just watching on TV. And I don't know why they put some of those people on stage. There was a woman on stage who did an air hamster routine. So, like, you play air guitar, except this woman acted like she had a hamster. And so she brought up this hamster cage. She acted like she was holding this hamster.
She was not one of our former contestants.
No. That's what I'm going. But you all's contestants would blow that woman out of water.
Absolutely.
But they also have to put idiots on stage to make it seem like there's some sort of show business to it, right? Like, it's the William Hung side of American Idol. Remember William Hung? He couldn't sing. She bangs, oh baby, and he was horrible. But he still made it through to be on TV, so we could all laugh at William Hung.
Right.
So there's no laughing here unless there's jokes being told at Seniors Got Talent. So we're excited about this. When's the local auditions? Tell us that.
Monday, the 14th. From it's like around the corner. Yeah, so Monday the 14th, 1 to 3. So you can give that community a call, which is 859-306-0202, and you can just schedule, what time you're going to be there. Just give us 3-4 minutes of your time. And then the main event, again, is September 9th for the Big Show. But all the money that we raise for all of our events, really, but all the money raised for this Seniors Got Talent goes to the Morning Point Foundation.
Yeah.
And we provide local scholarships to our students that live here locally.
Yeah. So do people need to call ahead and register a spot, or can they just show up?
You can. Yes, absolutely. You can just show up. That's fine. But we would like to know who's coming.
Yeah,
we can accommodate you.
859-306-0202.
That is right.
And the auditions will be in the assisted living building.
Right, the brand new state-of-the-art assisted living building.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Now, if you've listened to the show over the last month and a half or so, me and Vicky have kind of gone back and forth with jokes.
That's right.
Now, we're not going to be a part of the Seniors Got Talent, all right?
No, we're too young.
Too young, and I would undoubtedly win it because of my jokes. I'd come in and sweep, right? I'd sweep the entire
Yes, absolutely.
But we're going to, so here's a joke. I have a joke off here. And you can tell us who you think had the best joke. All right, so who do you want to go first? Vicky, you want to go first or me?
No, you go first. You're the host.
I'm just going to use the joke that I used earlier this morning because I think it's a pretty good one. So I was on vacation, and I was talking with someone on the beach, unfortunately. Because I wish I had the beach to myself.
It's antisocial.
I had to talk to someone. Now, this person lived in a really ritzy neighborhood, and they said that their next-door neighbor was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You know, The Rock, the wrestler?
Yep.
That on one side, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson lived next door to him. On the other side was a Hallmark store. I said, wow, that's interesting. He said, yes, I live between the Rock and the card place.
That's good.
All right?
Okay.
So that's mine. You go ahead.
Okay. So my boss asked me the other day, Vicki, why do you only call off on work days?
Why do you only what now?
Call off on work days.
Why do you only call off on work days? Okay.
I said, because I have a weakened immune system.
So there you go. So jokes like that.
Vote for me.
Who had the best one? You can let us know. Commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some of the incentives as well at Morning Point with Vicki from Morning Point, the lantern. She's on here right.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the bluegrass. We're Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Walking Across Egypt, July 1st through July 19th. When Maddie, a lonely Texas widow, calls the dog catcher, she unwittingly sets off a chain of events that include car theft, prison breaks, and a juvenile delinquent named Wesley. Armed with only her mouth-watering cornbread and a deep, abiding faith, Maddie is determined to set things right. If she can manage to stay out of jail herself, a heartwarming Southern comedy, perfect for the whole family. Rated G. In case of light rain, shows will continue outdoors. Please bring your raincoat and umbrella. Rain checks will be given if show is canceled due to severe weather. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. 859-236-2747. Or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
It's here. It's new. Filled with the best wide selection of vehicles just for you.
Right at Field Used Car Factory.
7 acres of pre-owned elite inventory makes them the largest deal maker around.
Right at Field Used Car Factory.
So come on down to Nicholsville off US 27 to Vince Drive. Then you've arrived at the new
Right at Field Used Car Factory.
Buy with confidence straight from the factory. Take a virtual tour at
RightAtFieldUsedCarFactory.com.
In Kentucky, we know the unexpected can strike at any moment, whether it's a tornado, flood, or severe storm. Being prepared could save lives. That's why it's vital to have an emergency plan. Know where your local shelter is. Keep an emergency kit with essentials like water, food, and medicine, and make sure your family has a communication plan in place. Boyle County, we're stronger when we are prepared. For more information on how to get ready, visit Boyle County Health Department's Division of Emergency Preparedness online at boylehealth.com. Stay safe, stay ready. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Boyle County Health Department.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. It makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
9:49 in the morning, 859-238 WHIR. Phone number to call in, 238-9447. Vicky joins us on a Morning Point Thursday. On this Thursday morning, National Pina Colada Day today. You all are celebrating that, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. We are having porch pina coladas at 2:30. So our residents are going to be able to enjoy a nice frosty little beverage out on the porch.
That reminds me of the one Rupert Holmes song that I can escape, the Pina Colada song. You know that song. Put the headset on. I'm playing it. Yeah, you know this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one Rupert Holmes song that I know. He may have only done one song in his career.
You better turn my mic off. I might start singing.
Yeah. Well, they may put you on Seniors Got Talent. Like you said, you're too young for it. But
I am so young.
But you start singing, we may have to fib some age documents here to get you on. So National Pina Colada Day today. And that'll be at 2:30 this afternoon. You all will be celebrating.
That's right.
What else do you all have activities coming up? I think I saw, are y'all doing Food Truck Thursday in August or something like that? Okay.
Yeah, it's just something special for our employees to kind of celebrate our employees and our residents if they want to go out. It's Thirsty Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursday, okay.
Thirsty Thursdays.
So this is a food truck series, or is this just a one-day thing?
No, it's going to be a series.
Okay.
And you're just going to have like the ice cream truck and slushy trucks, and
okay.
We always have Teach's Coffee come out.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a treat for our wonderful employees, and of course our residents from the assisted living. If they want a nice beverage, they can come out and purchase one too.
Yeah. What did you all do there at Morning Point for 4th of July?
Well,
How did you all celebrate that?
Yes, so I'm in the memory care community.
Yeah, right.
So we have to be very careful about taking our residents outside after dark.
Yeah, and there's loud bangs on top of it. Yeah.
But we do have secure courtyards that we had our residents out with a significant amount of staff members to monitor, and they all had a great time. Now, some people just didn't want to because they don't like the loud noises.
Yeah.
But the ones that did, we had ample staff out there, so we had beverages and popsicles and things out on our patio. It was great.
There you go. So, and you all have I think you mentioned last week, a pretty good view.
Yeah,
from there at Morning Point.
Yeah, all of our apartments have, in both buildings, have excellent views. There's not a bad view because we butt up against Millennium Park. So any one of our apartments and all of our courtyards are all surrounded by green space. You're not going to be looking at a parking lot. You're not going to be looking at a concrete wall when you come to live at Morning Point. You're backed up to beautiful Millennium Park.
Yeah, speaking of Millennium, I'm always driving by Morning Point, either going to Millennium or going to Bull County for practice, for Jack's baseball practice. And I drive by, y'all got that big sign, immediate availability.
That's right.
Love it. Tell us how if someone's listening, they want to get involved. Maybe they're like, well, I'm not ready to make that step yet, but I want to take a tour, or I want to bring a group there and work on a play or a musical. We want to sing a couple of songs. You all are always willing to invite people in the door.
We can handle all of that.
Tell us about first availability, and you can age in place. And
you
more.
can age in place. So I'm Vicki, and I am with the Lantern, which is our dedicated community for all stages of memory care. Kristen, who is not here today, but she is at the assisted living community, which is a brand new building, state-of-the-art building that just opened in October. And you can kind of go into that building completely independent, or they have different levels of assistance and different levels of medication management. Yeah. So you only pay what you need at the assisted living building. And we've had residents that have had a fall, and they've gone in at a higher level of care there, and they've worked with our therapy partner, Weston Group, and they've gotten stronger, and actually they have decreased their care levels, so they're saving money.
Yeah, saving money, and then obviously living a more fruitful life at Morning Point, because they have gone from maybe being at their home where they have a fall risk and fall isolated to now living at a community where they have been able to rehab out of that and get better at Morning Point. So you talk about living a more productive, fruitful life, and you can age in place. And that's kind of a cool thing there at Morning Point. As Vicki said, you may come in and not need the same level of care as your neighbor does, or maybe you need more of a level, more care, but you don't. There's not a pay one standard price.
So
you pay more or less depending on how much care you need.
You only pay for what you need. And we have multiple different size apartments, so you may only need a studio apartment, or you may have a lot of things, and you're coming with a spouse, and you may want a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. We can accommodate all of that for you.
If someone moves in Morning Point and they come
when
someone moves in, and they come in, and maybe when you move in, mentally cognitive, they're completely fine, but as the years go on, there can be, or there is a decline for someone, let's say.
Changes that happen.
And they begin to maybe exhibit signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's dementia. They're at the assisted living building. That's where we say you can age in place. Now, you don't necessarily have, you don't have to go from one Morning Point building to the other. You can have someone that you know right now that's having Alzheimer's dementia symptoms, and would love to have you talk to them at Morning Point Lantern, but you can't. If you begin at Morning Point assisted living and no signs and symptoms, maybe they do begin to creep in. That's where the Lantern can step into.
That's right, and safety is paramount. Sometimes people that have those conditions have what we call an elopement risk, where they wander, and our building is completely dedicated to all stages of memory care, and we're safe and secure. That doesn't mean that we never leave. We still do field trips and activities. We go on our Morning Point bus, and we'll go once a week to go out and have ice cream somewhere, or we'll go to the flea market and walk around. But we'll take an appropriate amount of staff members to handle the residents that are going with us, because everybody has different acuity levels. So we have some residents that need more care, and we have some residents that are very early stages of memory loss. They're still very active, but don't need as much follow through.
And again, Morning Point, you see many senior living communities that they may be a mix of. You may have some memory care patients, you may have some that do not, and maybe they have the memory care patients in a different wing. That's fine, but the Lantern is undedicated building.
That's right, and that's what my mom suffered from dementia, and that's what I wanted for my mom, is for her to be in a community that the entire building is safe and secure, instead of behind a secured hallway, behind a locked door. So our residents have access to 2 beautiful courtyards that are safe. They can come out inside, outside, whenever they're feeling it. We have screen porches, we have covered patios, we have walkways with benches out in our courtyards, and they really do enjoy that. Now, we monitor that with the weather. We don't want them out there all day long, without proper hydration or supervision, but they do really enjoy being outside. It gives them that ability to have that freedom, that I'm not behind this door, I can't go anywhere because I'm behind a locked door. They can go throughout the community, from either our library, our restaurant, to any of our activity rooms, and to our courtyards. They have that access.
They have the freedom to be able to go because they're home. Morning Point, again, if you have an individual that suffers from Alzheimer's dementia, and maybe you're not willing yet to take that next step, or they're not, or whatever the process may be, there is a caregiver support group as well at Morning Point for those who do take care of individuals with Alzheimer's and dementia. And that is coming up next Monday, but the Monday after that.
Yeah, 21st.
July 21st.
Yes.
What time does that start?
6 p.m.
Okay.
So that is open to the community, and it is a great way to network with other people that are living in the community that are going through what you're going through.
Yeah.
Sometimes caregivers, they're so overwhelmed because it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't get a break. You become very isolated, and you don't think anybody's going to understand what you're going through. But we do, and there's other people in the community that understand as well. So it's a great place to network. And if you need to bring your loved one with you, that's fine. We'll have activities and someone to watch over them while we're in our class. And we have some excellent speakers that come and present every single month. This month we have Tiffany Johnson from the Weston Group that will kind of talk to our group on therapy and things that will benefit them as far as keeping them active and things like that. And they do a lot of the staging, so you know kind of where your loved one's at in their disease process.
Seniors Got Talent coming up on July the 14th. Local auditions at Morning Point's Assisted Living Building, 859-306-0202. If you're over the age of 60, you have a chance to win $1,000 if you win the entire thing at Seniors Got Talent. Vicki, appreciate you being on.
Thanks. So, yeah, give me a call if you have a loved one and you just want some questions on what memory care looks like. Please just give me 859-965-1008, and we can just start the conversation.
There it is. All right, Vicki, I got one more joke for you.
Oh, all right.
I went to the library, and I asked if they had any books on paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
And the librarian whispered back, "They're right behind you."
That's a good one.
Go ahead, your turn.
All right. So I want you to vote for me.
You got 20 seconds.
All right. If a cat has 9 lives,
yes,
what do dogs get?
I don't know.
A new leash on life.
There you go. Vicki versus me in the ultimate joke-off on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR, 10 o'clock in the morning. Kentucky Sports Radio is coming up on this Morning Point Thursday. Vicki will talk to you again next week.
Bye-bye.
This